Kylian Mbappe. And there was even more good news for PSG. Neymar, who has been out for about 4 months now with a foot injury, he came on after the break last night.
Yeah, great one for Neymar. I think he has missed a whole lot, and now that he's back, I'm sure that he must have been, feeling, bad, for what that injury did to him. And due to that injury, he couldn't really play for Paris Saint-Germain in their Champions League last 16 matches. So it was really, really a tough one. Though that was the reason they bought him, but injuries are part of the game. So he was out of that really, big clash. So I think this time around he could just go on to get some matches under his belt. I think he's one of the players that could still play some games, though they've been.
Kylian himself have really done for Paris Saint-Germain. Just imagine him with Kylian Mbappe fit enough good in their prime, in all elements all together. I think by now they should have been the ones that will be in the semi-finals this time around. But again, it's quite unfortunate. Maybe next season they'll try. But I feel the team, yes, with a whole lot of money invested in it and stars to that, they don't have what it takes right now to win the Champions League. It's not just about skills. It's about that togetherness. If it's not there, you can't win. Our team has shown that to us that skills are there, but that togetherness, everybody playing for the single goal of the team winning a particular football game will take you there. That's why I love Liverpool. They've done very well. That togetherness, they defend together, they attack together is there. You look at City right now, yes, they're not in the Champions League, but that togetherness is there. What about Tottenham Hotspur, who didn't make a single signing in the two windows, and yet they're in the semi-finals of the Champions League, third on the log. That togetherness is what is taking them thus far. I think that's what Paris Saint-Germain, they need to win Sunday. But kudos to them for having him about, but it's not going to be.
Are you saying that PSG, they don't have that togetherness or that unity is not there? I think they failed to do what they should have done against Manchester United, and that was the reason the Red Devils came back into that game and knocked them out.
I'm saying.
It wasn't about unity and togetherness. It was due to distances.
The truth is, if you play football together, like we defend together, you see Roberto Firmino coming back to assist the defenders. You see Mo Salah coming back to assist the defenders. Sadio Mane, it does all the time. And when they attack, everybody go out there to attack. And Virgil van Dijk stays back to try to organize the defense line should in case they lose the ball. That you see the movement. It's one accord. You saw when Man United played against Barca, at the first time, especially at Camp Nou, you saw how United was trying to stretch the likes of Gerard Piqué, even at the latter part of the game at Old Trafford. You saw how the younger ones came back, sat deeper, especially the defensive midfielder, Sergio Busquets and all that, sat deeper to help, and they created those chances afterwards when they collect the ball together and counter together. That's one thing you don't see from a Paris Saint-Germain game. It's always disjointed. That togetherness of defending together and attacking together hasn't really been there.
I'm not sure many people will agree with you, but let's just move on. The Paris Saint-Germain, they had the picture of the Notre Dame. That's the church that got burnt a couple of days ago, and everybody's contributing millions of dollars. Even African countries that have issues are getting involved. Anyway, they had a picture of the Notre Dame on their jersey and the name on the back, and there was the Paris, the city of Paris motto on a banner, and it read "Fluctua Negrito," which means she is rocked by waves but does not sink. So no matter the issues that affects the city of Paris, she weathers everything. All right, we'll take a break now. When we return, we will be giving you other stuff and hearing from you guys, and hopefully we'll be talking to somebody very, very important as far.
Yeah, give me the number, make I ring them by myself. Hello, Solar Telecoms. My babe just the yam me say I fit swap my old phone, collect new phone for now store.
Bros, now confirm you fit swap your old phone, can't get new one. one for our store for Shop 1+2 Market Square for Sapele Road for Benin City.
So that my phone odo plus
Just bring any phone when you get, when you want change. We go change them for you. Whether na old phone or be na phone when you just buy, just bring them. We go change them to a new one for you.
To swap your old phone, collect new one. Sharply go Solar Telecoms when just land back for Shop 1+2 Market Square or Sapele Road, Benin City. Or call us for 070-1684-1627 or 080-7108-9277. Terms plus condition deo.
On this one, it's for the stamp. It's for all insurance fans. We're taking it up, yeah. RC9072. We keep reigning supreme. RC9072. We keep reigning supreme. Insurance FC of the name. Insurance FC the great. In the beginning, we are the Prima champions. We are the very Prima champions. We are Insurance Football Club. We are from Samuel, Okbemudia Stadium, our fortress, to defense to the end. We will stand up in rain or sunshine while flying our yellow and our green.
All right, welcome back to Balls of Fire live on 92.7 KUFM Benin City. And Balls of Fire is our football only show. On this program, we discuss only happenings in the beautiful game, okay? But there are times when we have got to look at something that is broader, that affects sports generally, and we're trying to get in touch with the #1 sports administrator in Edo State. If we're able to get him, we'll put him on the line, because something is happening today in Abuja. All right, so as soon as we get him, we will be putting him on the line. But let's go on now to the Edo State FA Cup. Matches are going on right now, and from what we are getting, this BJ Foundation taking on PL Mag. BJ Foundation 5, PL Mag 1. That match is at S&T. So those of you who were laughing at Swan has never trained together. Now look at a well-organized club. They are being beaten 5-1. Raleigh United also taking on United Angels, and it is Raleigh United 5, United Angels 0. Dynamite Force 2, Benin Warriors 0. Okay, these are the things we are getting from the FA Cup.
Well, for BJ Foundation, I'm not surprised. They've been doing well when it comes to the state league. Even the last time they took on Dynamite Force in the first ever Super Cup, they did well, but their best was not good enough as Dynamite ran away one winner. So I think what I saw from Douglas Idausa's boys, I think they have what it takes to give any team, tough time. So beating Pierre Mag, well, I don't think that's news, when it comes to pedigree in football. So I give them all the kudos for what they have been able to do. But for Pierre Mag, they defeated Restoration Prayer, Bend Insurance, and even Dynamite getting to the semi-finals of this tournament. But it's a knockout game. But let's see how it goes. But it gets interesting and more entertaining as the days goes by. So for me, I think it was a great one for BJ Foundation.
Okay, it's also Iniesta Snail Shooting Arrows State League champions BJ Foundation 1-0. Okay, and wow, from the fixtures that Fred Newton and Rosa is just sending me, it's those two teams I just mentioned that will be clashing in the quarterfinals. BJ Foundation versus Dynamite Force. That's going to be on Wednesday by 10 a.m. Wow.
Semi-final class.
Said quarterfinal.
Quarterfinal class. Okay.
Yeah.
I think one of the contenders will be. We have to give way in this game because it's going to be really tough.
Wow.
And it's going to be a repeat of the Super Cup.
I will be at the S&T Barracks.
Wow. Okay. An explosive. It's good. It promises to be an explosive game. I just hope that these guys that will be there to watch.
Good evening. Welcome to Boss of Fire live on 92.7 KUFM Benin City.
Yeah. Good evening, Ibrahim.
Yes. We understand that you are in Abuja right now for the inauguration of the main organizing committee of the National Sports Festival that's coming up in Benin City in 2020. Has the inauguration been done now?
No, tomorrow afternoon.
Oh, okay.
I didn't get some rest, so I got it before.
Okay. So that inauguration is the inauguration of the main organizing committee. So after that, what happens? The local organizing committee will also be inaugurated and all that.
Well, I should think so, but the festival is the property of the Ministry of Sports.
Yes.
So they are the principals in the arrangement. They are going to inaugurate the committee, which is like about 50 members or thereabouts. The minister is going to do the inauguration. I think the permanent secretary is chairman of the main organizing committee.
Okay.
And the deputy governor of Edo State, Excellency Mr. Philip, Honorable Corporate Philip Shaibu, being the chairman of Edo 2020, is statutorily vice chairman of the MOC.
Okay.
Then there are other members, principal officers of the Ministry of Sports, and then directors and commissioners of other states of the federation, and some members of, you would say, technical directors of federations roundly selected by the Ministry of Sports.
Okay. All right. Dudu, Edo State, in a very impressive manner, got the right to host the 2020 National Sports Festival. We know there were some other states that were competing, but it came to Edo State. Tell us, how is the preparation at the moment? Because we are in 2019 and we are just counting down, just a couple of months' time.
Work going on. The acting governor, as it is, Felix Shaibu, has put together a small committee that's working round to getting set for the LOC. There are preparation ground, if you like, foundation for the LOC to come on board. And that in terms of administration, Edo State is ready. You know, one of the reasons why Edo State won the right was because it had pedigree. We have hosted the festival twice, and the structures are there. And then, of course, the manpower is there. And the government and the Ministry of Sports in this wisdom trusted Edo State with that kind of pedigree to be able to host the festival, which, you know, has been comatose for 6 years before the Ministry of Sports took charge.
Yeah.
So I will tell you that with the remodeling and upgrading of some of the Bermuda Stadium, some other facilities around the state, and the commencement of the building of mini stadium in different local governments, Edo State is ready.
Okay. All right. The Minister of Sports was in Edo State a couple of months ago to inspect facilities, and we had him talk to the press, and he was pretty impressed with what he saw at the Samuel Ogbomodia Stadium, at the University of Benin Sports Complex, and other facilities that will be used. But Dudu, at the last National Sports Festival in the FCT, I don't know, maybe it was because, as you mentioned, for a long time the festival has been comatose. We were inundated with so many logistics problem, are you assuring us that Edo 2020 will be completely different in this respect to the National Sports Festival we had in Abuja?
Yeah. Let me start from the top. What we saw in Abuja, we must first of all give kudos to the minister and his crew. You know, we haven't had the sports festival for 6 years.
Yes.
And it took so much guts, so much determination and commitment to resurrect it, because the essence, the importance of the sports festival cannot be overemphasized. So whatever issues there were, I mean, I think for an event that was taken without a budget, and you know, at the start of the year, that gives the Ministry of Sport plenty of credit first. That said, when those states pitched for it, we're well aware of what expectations would be. I can assure you that with a sports festival that will be the model for other people, to other states, to learn from and recreate this major national event to become something that will pay the people, pay government, and increase the friendship, the nationhood that is possible through sports and the power of sports.
Okay. All right, Dudu, thank you very much. But before you go, you are the football aficionado and you are the chairman, Edo State Sports Commission, and Bendel Insurance were in action yesterday. Bendel Insurance was in action early this morning, talking about the senior team. They played away and they were able to get a very good draw away to Kwara United. But we know where they are on the table is not very good. So I want you to, people want to hear from you. They want assurances that Bendel Insurance will remain in the Nigerian Professional Football League next season. But the one that is making us really excited right now is the Bendel Insurance under 15. Earlier this morning, they played a game and they won 1-0 against Aqua United. So they have won all the matches that they've played in the La Liga MPFL under 15 spirit. So Bendel Insurance Senior, Bendel Insurance under 15.
Well, Bendel Insurance Junior is showing what we have in plan for sports in Edo State. The developmental sport is across board. This is the first showpiece of what we have. Rest assured that other sports will follow. Table tennis, cricket, swimming, track and field, and you name it, even boxing. We're coming up with something. Well, with Bendel Insurance, let me assure you that that clouds blow away. We've had not so good results in games we could have buried, but that was down to experience, and the boys are beginning to come round. They know what is at stake. The officials, the handlers know what the issues are, and they are working on them. Yeah, it's a bit muddy right now, but rest assured, insurance will come out of this murky water soon.
All right, thank you very much, Barrister Godwin Dudu Urume, Chairman, Edo State Sports Commission. Thank you for talking to us.
Thank you, Ibrahim, or simply Bracadabra.
Thank you, sir. Okay, all right. I've been talking to someone who was a mentor, still a mentor. I mean, if you were in Lagos and you watched the Best of Football presented by Barrister Godwin Dudu Urume on NTA2 Channel 5 in the mid-90s to early 2000, a fantastic football program that some of us grew up on. And of course, there were so many other sports programs that he comes on. And look, you want to get the very best of sports, listen to Godwin Dudu Urume. All right, guys, time for you to join us on the show. Call us on 070-6263-9275 or 090-3939-4427, or you can also reach us on 081-2178-9154. Hello.
Good evening.
Good evening. Welcome.
Good evening. This is Coach Omorigi.
Great to have you, sir.
Obawa, Coach. Your boy is really doing well. That your brother, number 10, Monsuru Moro. Was the one that scored a free kick in our insurance match, the under 15 of insurance.
Sorry?
Your boy now.
Say
Your
again.
boy.
Oh, okay.
Monsuru.
That your boy number 1.
Oh, okay.
That number 10 that he looked for. He was the one that scored a free kick today.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, I give information. Thank you. But thanks for the support. Thank you for everything you're doing. God will bless you.
God will bless you too.
Thanks for blessing. Welcome.
Okay, let's have someone else. Hello.
Yeah, good evening.
Good evening, welcome.
Yeah, greetings to Ibrahim and the sports of the Stone. Manchester United scout.
Yeah, go on.
Hello.
Yeah, we are with you.
Yeah, I want to talk about Manchester United and their poor performance yesterday. I said some time ago that the attitude of the players towards responding to football because a little bit of something in the future. Some United fans, we do attachment based on that same platform. Our attitude to Barcelona football played out, and our attitude to Everton played out. If these players doesn't want to play for Manchester United, they stood down their name. Let them leave the club. Because Manchester United is a club with diverse history and culture. From the days of James Irwin to Sebastian Veron to the present dispensation, that have the zeal and determination to bring the flag of Manchester United. Glory, Man United. Thank you very much.
All right, thank you. Hello.
Okay, Brian, good evening, sir.
Good evening, my brother. Welcome.
It's Troy from Echadolo.
All right.
You're my fan, yeah, Brian.
Okay.
Waiting all those players play. That's it today, okay, Brian. The team retirement. Their attitude.
Even tired that coach, he was not happy at all.
Okay, Brian. When the man they apologize, the man, I think they didn't need checks. I did not talk. You see Marshall, guy, Brian. You see Paul. Paul is true around the field like saying, New York party. Our keeper, and I know you're going to the for back again. Come now, that guy just lose form. If you go to big game, no player the fifth stand up. Make it just be as he talk. It takes time to repeat the routine. Make just flush at least 6 or 7 players come up for that things. If you don't look at your teams as level talk, that you don't see that attitude. You know, I think they play from team, not they. You see Man City players. You see the Z, the flair. See they want to play for team, but they play for the badge. But they don't want to play for the badge. They play for their access. Now do well. God bless you. Now.
God bless you too. Okay. Let's see. Hello.
Hello.
Danduma.
Hello, Brian.
Welcome.
Good evening.
Welcome.
That's good evening.
Yeah, good evening, Danjuma.
Good evening.
Good evening, Danjuma.
I want to talk about money. You see, money, the only sign of difficult for leadership part. People become a child so that you know. You see, early January, I complain about this thing. When the future they do well as a foreign manager, I complain maybe the local team at the job, I think because they fall apart. And I want to call the happen how they do. I think the money may be there now. Everybody will see the attitude of the player is there as a do. Whether they start the Ghana made the appoint as a foreign manager so that they do well. Nobody knows. I do well.
Okay. Sorry about that. Please try and call us back. Hello.
Hello.
Yeah, welcome.
This All-Stars first president. I want to thank you for what you have done.
Yeah, thank you very much, sir. It was an honor meeting you on Saturday.
I thought you were an old man. I didn't know you were a young man, but you know the history of sports is on you. You see, what I really want to say, we are talking of Bengal insurance to survive. Our friends are saying or something of Manchester United. I think we should be concerned very much about Bengal insurance. So I want to appeal to you. I heard you speaking with the chairman of the sports commission.
Yeah.
And it didn't came when you left on Saturday. So they should come together and make sure we survive this delegation. So that is my message, and I'm happy. Well, you can take me as a first-time caller.
Oh, okay.
I've been following you, and I know what you have been doing. So I appreciate all you are saying.
Okay.
But my advice is, let's come together and make sure better insurance survive this
situation. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, sir. We appreciate it.
Okay, I appreciate you. Many of you there, I appreciate all of you. They don't know me.
Yeah.
Tell them.
Yes. Let's welcome you.
Francis is there. Rota is there. I'm grateful.
I disagree with the fact that people are not doing enough to really support Benin Insurance. I think the people that are...
Oh, no, he is saying that those talking about Manchester United should be more concerned about Benin Insurance.
That's my point. They are concerned. But the point is, when you go to the stadium to watch them, and they keep giving you same kind of performance that we've seen in the previous game, and there's no improvement in terms of getting the ball on the back of the net, the fans are a little bit frustrated. I remember when they started the season, it was all about Benin Insurance, all about people encouraging themselves when they called in to say, let's go and watch. People were even fighting over the Benin Insurance fan club WhatsApp group that they should be paying gate fees to support the team. But the players have not lived up to expectations. The government is there with them. The fans are there with them. The media houses in the doses especially are there with them. And everybody who are sport presenters in their respective media houses across the country, they talk about, especially those that are here from Edo State, they talk about Benin Insurance on their shows. And here the players are not living up to expectations.
Okay, all the three lines are blinking now. Hello?
Hello?
Yeah, welcome.
Yes, just Mourinho, please. Good evening.
Jose Mourinho. My friend Newton Eroso is telling us that the only coach that can salvage Manchester United right now is Jose Mourinho. So maybe you should be heading there.
I know.
This is your Jose Mourinho. Is Chelsea's Jose Mourinho?
I remain the only one, the only Jose Mourinho, Jose Antonio Mourinho. You know, I still remain the same. You can call me the special one, the happy one. I want to say something about Manchester United. You see, it's not about sacking a coach. I'm not being sarcastic here. I'm being realistic. Any coach can lose anywhere. It's not about rushing to bring in a new coach to a team. You need to build a team. You don't need to be so desperate for success. The same team won treble, and the same team now is losing to a smaller team. It's football. So I want to advise those in charge to try to give space and time to a new coach to build a team. You don't build a team in one day or in one season. Sometimes it can happen. You can have a team, first season you win things. But most times it doesn't happen. It takes time. Cohesion, the guys have to play together for years.
All right, just thank you. We need to take the text messages.
All right, thank you so much.
Thank you, we appreciate it. Okay, let's look at the text messages.
All right, this one read. Next year's National Sport Festival is going to be the best ever done in Nigeria, but that was why I didn't support the appointment of. Okay, on that statement, Ole Gunnar Solskjaer now is now becoming a fever to us. Oga Ibrahim, have you watched Lazard in the German league? He is awesome. Lazard, is there Lazard or Hazard? Torgan Hazard is in the German league.
He could be Torgan.
Okay. Good evening, my general. Help me salute.
Lazard. Yeah, go on.
Yes, Lazard. Okay.
Go on.
Salute all Liverpool fans. Please play me Liverpool Kano Culture anthems. Oku Turig Ba. Okay. Shout out to Insurance on the 15th Jan for winning all their matches thus far. While this team is better than United of yesterday, every some lucky way. I quite agree with Francis of lack of team play in Paris Saint-Germain. Neymar waits the ball and relax, creates all.
When was the last time Neymar played now?
Greetings to all Liverpool fans. YNWA Saturday from Uselu. Good evening, guys. Francis and Agota should explain why they were in the field and Swan lost 8-0. I thought they are the Messi and Ronaldo of KUFM as you analyze football daily. Respect footballers, Mr. Arsenal. Let's go on. And it's not correct to say that Ole Gunnar Solskjaer has entered the main bowl of the EPL. Okay, it's a question, Ben. Where? It's okay. The same thing. I'm so disappointed about Arsenal players and their coach. What has Jenkinson and Elneny got to do in the team? They are not ready for UEFA Champions League. I am Godwin Agbohai. A good day, men of sport. Please, Odo Smalling, Ashley Young, Afi Jews have shares at Man United because I don't see any reason why they should extend their contract. Then one key Mayu for us, and secondly, Pogba needs to go on loan to at least a team that fits him, like Shooting Arrow or Swan FC. They waste our money for us. Kido from Ipobahi. Good day. Only God can save Arsenal from Wilfred Opasokumba. Okay, they should fire Ole and reappoint him as an interim manager again. All right. Okay, Brian. Where is Mosenda? If 3 + 3 is 7 in 2 games, they are 4 plus Man City. Well, trying to get what you wrote, Jonah, but I guess you sent this message on Saturday. We answered it. Everton crucified Man United on the resurrection day. So sad. This team needs overhauling, especially the central back. It's supposed to say centre back. Maswell from GRA. All right, this one is not complete. Good day, guys. I remember Brad telling Man United fans that being an interim manager is different from being a permanent manager, and the VAR message is not complete as well. All right, those are the ones that we have for now.
Okay, let's go back to the phone lines. Hello? Hello? Yeah, good evening. Hello?
Indeed, being an acting manager is better than sponsorship manager. Good evening, sir.
Good evening.
The way you Odo Chelsea, sorry.
You're just welcome.
Good evening.
Good evening, my brother. You're welcome.
Everything just turned upside down. I don't know for Man U. How do you say what Everton did to Chelsea? I've already done it to Man U. Man U also is not my big problem. But what happened to Arsenal is what concerns me most, and Tottenham will give us an edge too. I'm not praying for someone to lose to sorry, Man U fans and Arsenal fans. But then, football is good for Chelsea. At least if we win our own this evening, we know where we will be. At the same as for Man City, I keep on praying for them. Liverpool praying for them. Anybody way they did very well for them is going to win the league. Thank you.
All right, thank you, Don Joseph. Hello? Hello? Okay, nobody there. Hello?
Hello, good evening.
Good evening, welcome. Sounds like Oga Dima.
That one for sure now. Francis, if you're saying the money, don't worry now. You know when you play one match, you are calling for help. Don't worry. Wednesday will decide what will happen. You know, I've been saying this thing. It's unfortunate that the type of central defenders Man United is having is nothing to write home about. There is one thing I've discovered in Pogba. When he's playing in a big match, you don't see his impact. That's just the basic truth. Yesterday's match, in fact, for me personally, most of them, they never have business wearing that red and white of Manchester United. They never live up to expectation. Most especially when you knew if you got that result, you know where you are heading to. For me, I'm looking at anybody that comes after with more safer than fourth position. Because if an English team win it, those who got fourth position, they will go back to where they are coming from. But it's over. It is over. Ogagba International. Thank you very much.
All right, thank you. Hello? Hello? Oh, seems to be an issue with this line. Hello? Hello? Hello?
Hello, good evening.
Good evening. Welcome.
It's Ason. Good evening, sir.
Ason, great to have you.
Thank you, sir. Exactly. I have a question. After Man U Wednesday with Man City. They will not be having other big chiefs that will compete
for Man U?
Yeah, for Man City.
Man City, no, they don't have another big team in quotes.
So if Wednesday wins Man now,
there are remaining matches, just like for Liverpool. There are matches that you see and you just feel, okay, they are going to win these matches. The last two big games they had were Tottenham Hotspur, which they've already won, and Manchester United.
And Man.
Yep.
Okay. Congratulations to Liverpool. We'll try.
Right.
Thank you very much, sir.
Thank you. We appreciate it. Hello?
Hello?
Yeah, you're our last caller. Please keep it down to 60 seconds.
Okay, let me try. Good evening, Brian, and the rest members of the crew.
Good evening.
Yeah, somebody was talking about Bender Insurance.
Yeah, please, you've got to please tell us your name.
Okay, sorry, my name is Daniel. I'm calling from Sapler Road. The statement that Frank has made that the fans are not getting enough, just like we are complaining about Man U, people to buy players, especially when the transfer window is open. I don't know how it is in our,
Thank you. Okay, sorry, that's our package for today. We will be seeing you tomorrow by 8 a.m. on Sports Fiesta. My name is Salih Ibrahim. They call me the Sports Abracadabra. I've been doing this with Ego Saigbekan, the Sports Maestro, and Sanefe Francis, the Sports Berlusconi. KFM News break comes up at 5 p.m. Stay tuned for that. Bye-bye.
KUFM. 92.7 KUFM News. Concise, precise, balanced, unbiased.
We are live from Benin City to the world.
This is 92.7 KUFM Newsbreak.
The time is 5 p.m. Good evening and welcome to Newsbreak in KU 92.7 FM Benin City. First, the headlines. JAMB tells candidates to expect results in their registered phone number. Appeal Court fixes April 24 for hearing. The state government's campaign to preserve reserves government-led administration for revamping the state's basic education sector through the Edo Best Education Sector Transformation Program. They said the initiative has revolutionized the sector. A cross-section of stakeholders who spoke to journalists said in the last 1 year, the state government has shown real commitment to improving learning outcomes at the basic level of education, resulting in the training of 8,000 teachers on the use of digital tools in primary schools across the state. They hailed the renovation of schools across the state, noting that the state's governor's sincere and systematic approach to addressing challenges in the basic education sector cannot go unnoticed. Special advisor to the Governor Media and Communication Strategy, Crusoe Sage, said 1 year ago Governor Basiki initiated Edo Best, which deployed a mix of approaches to tackle challenges facing basic education subsector. He, however, disclosed that not less than 8,700 teachers have been trained in modern techniques of teaching to improving learning outcomes in 931 schools across the state. Crusoe said 170,000 pupils' electronic records have been created, which has made it easy for parents to keep tab of the program to 3 tiers of government in the first quarter of 2019. The MPS says this in FACC monthly allocation for January, February, and March 2019 disbursement statistics published on its website on Monday in Abuja. The Bureau said FAAC disbursed 649.19 billion naira to 3 tiers of government in January 2019, 660.37 billion naira in February, while the sum of 619.86 billion naira was distributed to the 3 tiers in March. Out of the 1.92 trillion, the federal government got 803.18 billion naira in the quarter. States received 530.14 billion naira, while the local government received 398.43 billion naira. The breakdown showed that the federal government received